post it later, but Dale, go ahead.
Okay, all right. I'm sitting in for Rob, so welcome to Tuesday Night Game Night.
Yay.
We are the Raconteur Society, geeks past our peaks. We've been throwing dice since the late Cretaceous period, also known as the 80s, most of us.
90s.
Yeah, and 90s. So we're back again to not defile your Tuesday night. We want to make sure you have fun on Tuesday nights. Without any further ado, while we're waiting to get everything going, you want me to go ahead and throw it on down to Brad?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We're going to be playing Twilight 2000 tonight, and our DM is not me. It's Brad.
Yay.
I don't know what to do. Duck and cover.
Duck and cover.
Well trained. All right, so we are playing Free League's version of Twilight 2000.
That's 4th edition.
4th edition. And we're going to have to backtrack a little bit and remember where we left off. We had 12 episodes, and is this the 13th or the 12th? This is the 12th
This is
episode.
12.
Oh, this is 12. Okay.
This is
Okay.
12. First
So-
day, the first week of December. 2020.
So last time we played, you guys were in Berzeg, and you had met the old man, Nicodem. He
Yes.
was on the one side of the river, and you guys kind of needed to get to the other side of the river is what you were hoping for. He was able to kind of row you across, and he kind of advised you to go check out Bruno at the Oriental Hanoi. It was a bar.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of went to him. He's basically in the black market, and basically he kind of got you a job, asked you to go do, you were looking for some stuff.
Bunch of flour.
Specifically, yeah. Well, no, he wanted flour.
Well,
Sugar.
Sugar.
Like called Sugar Run.
You guys were wanting a still, a small still.
Yeah.
So you can make alcohol.
For
The
a medicinal purpose.
doc's
Yeah.
really adamant about it.
Yeah. So basically you guys went on a sugar run for him. You went to the town of Opal, which is kind of southeast. And basically you kind of met those refugees at the warehouse that the sugar was at. And then you guys got involved trying to clear out a gang that was nearby. So basically, it's the next day after that run. Nico is still with you. Probably the doctor. You probably looked him over.
Yeah,
and kind of helped him out. He didn't really have any serious wounds. It was mostly just bruising, scuffs, scratches, and stuff like that. If you remember, Berzeg is occupied by a small group of Soviet soldiers. They were held up in the castle, and which is like in the center of town. There is like basically a town center that's got walls around it and everything. It's like, if you remember how to describe it, it's very medieval.
Oh, yeah.
They got that medieval texture to it and everything like that. And then on the outer edge is pretty much the rest of the city as it kind of goes out. The Russians are mainly just there to protect the bridge that goes both ways across the river there. There's also the Ormo. The Ormo is like kind of like the police paramilitary type group.
Like a militia, isn't it?
It's more of a militia.
Okay.
So, it's more, there's two different types, and I keep forgetting the names of which one. One, the Ormo one, this is like, they are kind of like a militia police, like riot police. And sort of like Eastern Europe, these are the kind of guys that get pulled whenever you had riots and stuff like that.
Okay.
But of course, they're now, because of the war, they're still kind of different. I mean, they can be more heavily armed and stuff like that. But anyway, the Ormo's the one that's kind of actually, they're kind of tagging along with the Russians. They're basically working with the Russians. So you guys are probably sitting there in the morning.
Yeah.
Boom Boom is probably already looking over the still.
Yeah.
And basically kind of working on plans to put together, and probably does ask you the question, are we putting this together now or later? I mean, because we're still going to have to carry it somehow.
Maybe we should hold off until we find out where we're getting.
Well, I figure I can work on this while you guys do something else.
Well, you could do.
No.
He looks over at Doc. Maybe that's a good idea. 'Cause, we don't need anybody
Well,
going
where are we
nuts.
staying? Are we staying with Bruno Place or what?
Bruno said you could stay here for a while. I mean, it's a relatively big house, as long as you stay out of the way.
Right.
Of what's going on with his operation, which is not really a huge operation, but there's probably at least a dozen guys, maybe less than a dozen guys that kind of come and go.
Well, the main thing is we need to do is figure out intel. Anyway, about the whole area. We really don't know where we're going or where we're going to head. And I guess the best way to do that is earn some trust with some people. I mean, you got Bruno here going to kick us out eventually. There is a hospital, right?
Yeah, Bruno said we could maybe get some work at the hospital. Don't know what to do. What?
Well, I mean, I could probably take care of some people. Ha!
Yeah, we talked about that. You're fine.
I know.
Just don't hold the scalpel backwards again. You'll be all right.
Well, Devin's like,
Why is it not
what
cutting?
exactly you going to do when they start asking you questions in Polish?
Just nod. Yeah.
And don't forget, you did pick up some clothes, like street clothes and
Yeah.
stuff, at one point before you crossed over the river, first came into town. So you still have that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I said, well, I don't know. Who speaks Polish here? Him?
No.
Not even close.
I speak Oklahoman.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Devin's like, I speak Russian as well. So
How easy is it to learn Polish? Probably not.
I learned a little bit from the gentleman at the other place. I talked to him a little bit while we were there.
yeah, that's not learning the language.
Now, can you learn a language?
Yeah,
in this
you can
game?
learn language.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if I'm a doctor and I get a translator, because somebody answered the door and they did speak English. There's like a guy there.
That was the professor
Yes, the
who,
professor.
who spoke English.
Yeah, who taught English?
Well, no, at the church.
Oh, at church, yes, he spoke English as well. He spoke in a British accent English because he learned British. Yeah, he learned from the British.
Oh, okay.
If you remember, he had photos on the wall of him as a boy, and it looked like he was
That's right.
he was probably in the World War
Hmm.
with the Polish resistance and stuff, and there was like British people there, like British Special SOS or whatever.
Was that Nico or was that the?
That was Nico.
Okay.
Well,
And I guess Nico is here too.
Yeah.
He's probably, unless you want him talking with your group right now, he's probably maybe speaking with Bruno or resting.
So Father Conrad,
I believe it was Conrad.
he's Polish, but he speaks English, right? He's.
Yes, he also spoke English.
Oh, we could always talk to him. Maybe. I wouldn't mind learning Polish a little.
He probably spent that first shift resting, second shift working, unloading the truck and everything. And so basically probably there on third shift, going in towards evening and everything. That's probably where you're at right now.
Okay. Well, do we want to head into the church and do?
Yep.
Conrad, and as we walk, ask Nico about Bruno said hospitals always looking for help. Know what kind of things they do, or I'm assuming scrounging up supplies, or
probably not talking down while I walk the street. Probably
Mhm.
notice us speaking English.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of empty streets still. You just be quiet when people come by and everything.
Yeah.
Are you trying to actually avoid contact with anybody, or?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
probably for now.
So what's pick your worst recon?
I've got a recon at D. So
So that's probably
I have 5 hash marks in recon.
oh, okay.
I don't even
yeah.
have recon.
Okay. Oh, so you don't have recon?
I'm usually
Okay.
in the car.
So go ahead and roll. Well, actually, who's got? I'm gonna go. Who's got the best? Probably you.
Recon,
Yeah.
more than like.
So I'll have Kenny go ahead and roll, and don't forget you roll your skill and your attribute that it's under.
ah, three.
On both dice, or
Nice. So
oh, the highest. Okay.
I got 2 and a 3.
You guys, Denny's kind of maybe leading you guys through and everything. You guys are kind of like behind and maybe talking and everything. So you can kind of talk a little bit and everything. Go ahead for right now if you are, or you just kind of, what were you saying?
Oh, just probably asking about the hospital.
Oh, okay.
What kind of jobs do they?
He kind of tells you, I don't know who's at the hospital or anything like that, but Conrad would know for sure.
Ask him.
Yeah, really the only people I know here is just Conrad and Bruno. Those are the only people I really deal with. Conrad because I just knew him from before the war, and Bruno because he had whiskey, he had vodka.
I get it.
And probably as you guys are kind of like moving kind of through the streets and everything, Kenny doesn't quite get you. He kind of like, you kind of like look up and all of a sudden you kind of see like as you're coming out of one street, you see a couple of those Ormo guys are basically walking down another street, but they kind of like miss you guys too.
Oh.
It's just basically you guys hit like an intersection and they come down another intersection and then you just happen to glance over and it's like, oh, and you kind of see them passing by, but they didn't see you either.
Hey,
That Time's got a good point. Have you considered blood sacrifice to your systems?
yeah, right.
Uh,
Doesn't work.
So was that considered
Well,
a?
Rob isn't here, so we can see how that works.
That was considered a failure. I forget. Do you get a hash mark for failing?
Yeah,
Yes.
Is that what it is when you fail,
that's
you
how
get
it
a
is.
hash mark?
I can't even remember.
That's how you gain.
Eventually,
Yeah.
I'm going to screw up my
Yeah.
recon so good. I'm going to get recon.
Yeah. So basically, eventually, you kind of get over to the church there. And Nico, he kind of goes on up and kind of knocks and
Yeah.
everything. Kind of knocks real loud as possible. It probably takes a little bit. Probably don't even see any lights on inside.
Oh, like my brain.
Yeah. Eventually, though, you do kind of see through one of the stained glass windows. You can kind of see a light kind of glimmer and everything. And you see Father Conrad basically kind of opens up the door, kind of looks a little surprised. He goes, oh. He even looks more surprised when he sees Nico and everything.
Mm.
When he kind of says something in Polish to him and they kind of talk back and forth. And then he's like, kind of looks around and, to see if there's anybody else out there, like if there's anybody watching, and he kind of waves you guys on inside and everything like that. And he goes, sorry, I was just kind of surprised to see even Nico here.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, what do I owe this visit?
Well, we're getting Nico back over across the river to his place. I got up a Russian patrol, but
Kind of looks a little surprised at that, and he kind of, just because they're more familiar, they kind of speak in Polish together real quick and everything. And Nico, it looks like Nico's just, no, it's all right. And then he kind of says something. Sounds like maybe he's kind of explaining who, they're maybe talking about who was on the road and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of forgets himself again. It's like, sorry. I should endeavor to speak English. I just forgot. So,
Well, that's something else we want to talk to you fellas about. I don't know about the rest, but I'm kind of hoping to spend some time and learn some Polish so I can understand what's being said around here.
imagine I can help you with that.
I would appreciate it. Good.
How long are you guys planning on staying here?
Sure. A little while, it sounds like, maybe. Till Bruno kicks us out, I suppose.
Find somewhere we can stay.
Right.
or things get too hot.
The only thing I'm worried about is if you're caught here,
Right.
Right.
that would cause some problems.
Oh, yes. We could do it wherever you can, or I don't know if there's a way to set that up even.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem doing it here, as long as it's at night, perhaps, and as long as you're very careful about coming here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can. I've got some stuff that we can make some tea with if you like to sit and talk and everything.
Sure.
You kind of go on in and kind of follow, and you can kind of see. Like I said before, I believe is one. He's got some stuff like supplies, clothing, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
that's been boxed up. Some of one table you can see where stuff has been gone through. It looks like he does try and assist and help people, and you can actually see there are probably a couple people like sleeping in between the pews and stuff like that. But he kind of dims the light and quietly just we've got some people.
I don't know what kind of. Do you know anything about the hospital? What kind of stuff did they ask for?
Well, I know they don't have a whole lot of medical supplies there. I've talked to the head doctor there. There's only 2 doctors there, really. There's the female doctor. I think she was pediatrician originally, or an administrator or something like that. She's kind of running the things right now. And then there's one doctor or a surgeon. I think he was a surgeon actually. That's kind of working there. The rest are volunteers. Whoever has got some medical training and stuff like that. But I know they don't have a lot of equipment and they don't have a lot of supplies. I've talked to her briefly about it before. I think her last name is Bach. She does speak English though. I do know that.
Oh. Well, Doc's a surgeon. Know something about medicine. Little combat medic.
Pretty sure she probably wouldn't say no.
Maybe
to
we
someone helping.
could help out in any way we can.
Don't know if she'll question where you came from or not, but
Think she'd be one to turn us in?
I doubt that.
Who we can trust? If anybody.
Well, there's probably a few people, mostly priests. I know there's another church with Sebastian's at. He runs another facility there, kind of doing some of the stuff that I'm doing, but a little bit more better. He's got some more help. You can probably since you're kind of roll your empathy.
All of us?
Probably I'm gonna just say goat, and I'll probably say kitty.
And that's just
Fine, just because
just
I'm
the
trying to do
empathy.
technical stuff.
Yeah, just empathy.
and a B is a D10, right?
Yeah. Would you say a D? The D10?
B.
Oh, B, yes.
And I got a 9. So
Okay.
a success.
Both of you can kind of tell a little bit.
What did I need to roll?
Oh, you said you got a 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 is a success.
Okay.
He does seem like he. How should I put it? A little like he wants to say something more, but he kind of like, I won't say, kind of reserved about something.
Kind of maybe us helping out is a bad idea.
No, not necessarily.
I'll kind of notice that. Probably like visibly scrutinize him, like,
Probably at that point, he probably actually, do you want some more tea? And it's like tea is like made from like probably I don't know what in Poland they would have that you can make like how we can make like nettle tea and stuff like that. He's got something like that he scrounged up, But he kind of asks you if you guys want some more tea and everything, refill and everything.
sure, a little bit if you don't mind. So, anything else?
No, not. What do you mean?
We're all among friends here. Seemed like you wanted to say something else.
He kind of looks at Nico a little bit, and Nico's kind of like, you actually not kind of see him as like, he knows something, and he just kind of is almost like he's kind of like saying no in a way, But Father he just kind of shrugs and is like, well, it would be, no, it would be rather hard to ask, rather impossible anyway. Best not to even.
something that you help with.
Yeah. I mean, please.
Well, it's not something you can do right away. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well, we think on it for the future.
Well, I mean,
No harm in asking is what my parents always said.
it would be nice to get rid of Soviets, especially the Ormo, though.
Get out my knife. All right.
Of course, there's about 100 guys in the Ormos.
Nice way. Back look at YouTube.
I like your spirit, Doc.
It's just I'm not saying you guys specifically, but it would be nice if we had the right people, we could maybe do something with it, with you guys, with actual trained military personnel.
Yeah.
Nico kind of is just like, he kind of shakes his head a little
Like
bit.
that's not going to
And he's just, he's just like, well, it's just kind of wishful thinking. And kind of Nico's just like, there's really, the really bad part is what happened when you guys left a couple of years ago. But that man isn't here anymore. And he's kind of now talking to Father Conrad. The other captain that's here now, the commander, I think he's just kind of doing his own thing. He's just trying to hold things together. The Ormo is not very nice, though. They're kind of corrupt.
What about this man who was here before? He was in charge of the Soviets?
When NATO pulled out, the Soviets came, they were the commanding officer was kind of resentful. The fact that we supported NATO, that we were friendly with them. And Father Conrad's like, if you'd like to see the end results, you can always go to the amphitheater.
Amphitheater. What happened there?
That's graveyard.
Nico kind of nods.
You say this guy's not like that.
Nico kind of is, and Father Conrad's like, no, he hasn't. But in a way, who knows? I mean, he sort of lets the Ormo do their own thing. I don't know if that's just because it's convenient to let the Ormo take the blame for it or what. I've never spoken with this captain, can't remember his name. I've never really spoken with him, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I was never one much for bullies or attack dog.
And Nico's just kind of like, it's not like the Russians are actually murdering anybody. So I'm not sure if it's worth actually getting involved.
Well,
he's kind of like, and he's kind of talking to Father Conrad as he's like, if you get other people involved, there's going to be more deaths.
Kenny said, something to think on in the future.
And Father Conrad, like I said, he was in the military.
Yeah.
From the previous time, and then he actually teaches pretty much the same thing as when you teach chaplains for the military.
Yeah.
Everything like
that.
Yeah. Well, we'll get Nico back and make sure Bruno gets him back safe, and then hospital.
Well, this Polish.
Nico?
Yeah.
He kind of nods, and I can go over there with you if you like.
Yeah.
He kind of nods. I was like, we'd have to walk back across town, but
If you're okay.
I suppose, I don't know who I'll introduce you to, who's going to be there, but
When we get there.
Maybe we can at least go and recon the area, see what it looks like.
Yes.
Take a look at the hospital, see if it.
You're all right with that. Get us back to your boat. Out of here.
He looks a little tired.
Let's get him back.
That's fine.
Are you sure? He is an old guy. He's like close to his 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, no, if you were beat up. You need to get
Yeah,
some
you
rest.
need to
You're
get
more
some
I've
important.
been beat up before. That's nothing new with the
we'll
Snow
go
Russians.
I mean, you want to go back?
Devin actually is like, why don't I take him back? You guys go ahead to the hospital.
Let's go take a look at it.
And I'll just catch up
Okay.
with you at the warehouse.
Okay.
I forgot. He's actually got pretty high recon. He kind of goes ahead and takes back. Which is actually does take a little while because you still had to go. You guys basically kind of finish up there then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there anybody needed me to look at them in the church?
And we'll let Comrade know that we will get that food to him.
And he actually does appreciate
Us or
that.
Bruno will get that to you as soon as we can.
You guys kind of head out, basically kind of make your way down over to the hospital area. It's not too far away. It's actually it's a small hospital, like it's only like 1 story.
Oh, okay.
But just a little bit, I mean, bigger. It's not like a clinic or anything.
Yeah.
It does take up some space. Actually, no, I think it is 2 stories. I think it's 2 stories tall. But it looks like the upper part of it, a lot of the windows are smashed and broken, and some of the roof probably caved in on one of the wings.
Oh, okay.
But you can see up in the front on the south end of the building where it's pretty much the direction you're not coming from, but you're coming parallel to on the main road there. You can see an area that's kind of lit up, and it looks like it's the front entrance and everything, and it's got lit up with like a barrel, with like a fire barrel kind of cooking in there.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's probably a couple of people. There's probably a couple of chairs there. One guy is probably sitting. The other one might be standing or something. And we'll go over to you, Anastasia.
Yes. Finally.
So
I'm just sitting patiently, like.
that's what you've been doing all night. You've just been sitting there, actually.
Just waiting for the Americans.
Yeah.
Can I sign it?
So no, you've got a job, basically, kind of working security and maybe occasionally whenever they need it, you kind of help out, because you had some medical training. Dr. Lena Block is the one that's actually in charge of this facility. And then there's also a doctor. You know him as Sebastian. And basically, kind of right now, you're actually it's at night, and you're kind of actually on security with some guy that's you think his name is Polo. He's a Polish guy. You don't speak Polish. The only reason why you got the job is because you speak English, and you found out that Dr. Block spoke English also. She learned from when she studied in Germany. And so she's kind of the one to hire you. So whenever you're like out here with some of the other guys that are security, it's just kind of like you just kind of go through the motions of nodding and pointing and maybe saying a few words here and there. So you've been kind of sitting out front, just kind of keeping an eye on things. Every once in a while, someone comes in and you just kind of direct them. Usually Polo directs them and everything. Polo's pretty much just kind of sitting there the whole night talking to you like you understand Polish.
Yeah.
You
You're like
know,
nodding. Nah.
every once in a while getting
Nah.
standing up to stand by the fire, but otherwise he kind of sits down in the chair and everything. He's just got like an old service revolver or a rifle that he has. As you kind of come up, you kind of see there's an older guy, or not older, not too old, but kind of a bigger, fatter kind of guy, kind of draped in just like work clothes and stuff, and you can see there's a rifle kind of hanging on. He's sitting in the chair and everything. He's got an old cap on. He's got a beard, mustache. The other one, go and describe your character.
My character is Darva Kalchik. She's actually
Well, they don't know that yet. Just describe her. Just describe your
Oh,
character.
just the physical.
a physical. She is athletic. She has brown bobbed hair, hazel eyes. She's wearing a Czech army uniform with a beret and a scar on her left.
So, and you guys are pretty much kind of approaching up that way.
And I'm slinging an a AKM.
Ansky?
English?
Yeah.
Americans. Not saying anything, but you know, you trust me. Polo has no idea what you're freaking talking about. So you're fine with it. When it comes to me, I know American. I don't know. Russians don't like Americans, but screw Russian.
Oh yeah, we probably should describe ourselves.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You know, since we established you speak English, it would be a good idea since I have the big gun here with lots of bullets. You better say who in the hell you are.
Well, like I say, we're describe ourselves, so go ahead. Yes.
Kenny.
What do you describe what you're looking
Yeah.
for? And the folks at home.
Except I got more
Well, you guys gave it kind of a
That's a
description before you
regular
started.
work
So.
shirt on, kind of thing. It's kind of how
He said Goat's got kind of the almost like a slick back pompadour with sideburns.
Mhm.
Got some tattoos on his neck, horn rim glasses, big sideburns, black hair, blue eyes, and
Mhm.
probably wearing like coveralls.
He was the what's his name from Black Adler, but he was also the doctor.
Rowan Atkinson?
House.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, he
House.
acts like House. Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks like him.
that's right.
Remember that
Hugh
actor?
Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. Yeah, so he looks a lot like Hugh Laurie. Probably wearing just like blue shirt and some pants, kind of worn. Maybe not quite fitting him well, so they're maybe a size a little short. Bigger shirt, smaller pants. So, and he's kind of got that like a hat, almost kind of like Dennis has, but it doesn't really match. But he looks kind of that little frazzled, stubby beard, and probably looks a little tired and not doing that great. Could probably observe he's probably in withdrawals because he hadn't had a drink in a while. So,
By the way this gentleman looks, is sure he needs medical treatment.
nothing.
But we have vodka in the cabinets.
okay, we gotta go to the doctor. I need admittance.
In case of emergency, open bottle.
Yeah. Is this good? We talked to Dr. Blanc. I mean, one doctor to another. I mean, I'm kind of wanting to move my practice here. So.
I have some medical training and a little bit. I'm like back in the day, can tell by the brain that medics and but I'm not. Oh, I should introduce myself. I know I'm being rude. I'm Miss Darva Kalchek.
Darva.
Miss Kalchek, nice to meet you.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Probably shake.
Nice to meet you. You're shaking me because I got this big rifle in my.
You see, Polo gets up and he starts.
Oh, I shake his hand.
Yeah, he kind of.
Oh,
Yes, they hi to them, Paul. They seem friendly. They're good.
He says something back in the end.
They're not Russian scum. You're fine.
yeah. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Well, we better. Can you show us to the doc?
Yeah, I'll get you to the doctor.
Asks this question.
Polo. Look.
He says something and kind of waves his hand.
Okay, good.
So you don't speak Polish?
I don't speak a lick of Polish. I can speak my Czech till the cows come home, and I learned some English while I was here.
Okay. This is so messed up.
Yeah,
The
I
whole
know.
place is messed up.
It's
But
like-
it's fine.
Like melting pot without that.
No one in Poland speaks Polish. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
It's like melting pot that translation.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
we work it out.
We gotta learn Polish.
I'll get you over there. It's in
I'm
the
waiting for
office
the
here.
Irish fella
Like
to show up.
uh,
Speak Gaelic.
Oh, Gaelic? Yeah.
Hmm.
it is down the way. You always down and to the left.
Okay.
I'll get you there.
Oh, okay.
Leave the payment go.
I can't look at the hospital. I mean, what's it looking
Darva,
like?
not
Does it
McDuff.
have power? Do they have
Darva.
McDuff is expression.
No,
Okay.
they don't have power.
Or his,
Well, they at least not in the lobby. They don't have power.
Aha, gotcha.
There's probably just candles, some lamps, lanterns. There's probably people. There's actually probably not a whole lot of people in the lobby right now. Those that are in the lobby are probably just sleeping. Or you kind of go to another area as she kind of leads you down through a little bit of the hospital. You can see like if you pass one hallway, you can see where the hallways collapse with stuff, like the ceiling tiles have fallen down. There's unused beds and stuff like that. Then you look down another hall and you can see where maybe It's being used as kind of like patient rooms. They're just out in the hallways. You know, there's some rooms are being used for here and there, but it's basically just like a dump. Yeah, it's not the best. And actually it's better in certain areas and worse in other areas. So
How are the patients? How bad are they?
it's kind of dark in here, so you're not really seeing much. And most of these look like people that are either waiting or they're just sleeping, got nowhere else to go.
Gotcha.
Or maybe they've already been intended to, and they just like, well, you just stay here for the night. You don't need to go. No. So you kind of lead them back to where you imagine Lena is. You also probably kind of imagine she's probably resting for the night. But you kind of go, you can tell there's no light. She's got like an actual office area. And you can tell there's no light right now underneath that.
Pretty dark.
She asleep then?
I do believe she's asleep, so we've got the situation. I know there's room back there. Well, kind of dark at night, and
Yes, it happens.
that thing's coming. Since he's surgeon, that just needs. I gotta find the fuck.
Yeah, I love this woman.
You don't know middle of night, with rifle. Me and Polo, we get people coming in that either got shot or they get hurt or have babies. So anytime during the night, I have to wake up anyway.
He's like, all right, I'm on way.
Yeah, we can.
Actually, you can hear something from the other side of the door.
She's like, "Shut up out there!"
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go as low as I can. Ref, give me a break.
You're just talking loud. It's just
There's like a you don't really see a light, but you can see someone. You hear someone at the door, and it's like, Darva, is that you? You can see now a light brighter kind of.
She comes out the big ball ground, big giant pompadour wig.
Is there some chairs here?
I've got one big.
You kind of look around. There might be some stuff you can kind of sit on. Or
Yeah,
anything.
Sit and wait.
She kind of opens up the door and everything. She's probably like about 5. So she's got kind of long, darkish auburn hair. Sure. She's probably in her mid-30s. She doesn't look too old.
Okay.
She's just got kind of some just like normal, regular, kind of nice clothes, but they're dirty a little bit.
Yeah.
Then she does have looks like she threw over a doctor's coat, but that is kind of like messy. It definitely needed being cleaned and everything. She actually probably kind of scuffs it a little bit as she kind of comes out and everything, just out of happenstance, like, oh, I can.
Yeah, right.
What? Why are you coming near me? Private space, Mike. Private.
Territory.
No.
Whoa!
Creating his territorial bubble.
Oh, you laid that there for him to trip on.
I mean, need a doctor. I rolled on this thing.
This is our doctor. Go wow! You just broke his leg.
I need
to. Are you a doctor?
Now he's patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of comes out and everything, kind of looks over at you and everything. And it's like, what are these people?
They.
We just wanted to see if you needed help around here.
You speak English?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hello. They're.
When she goes, they're Americans. I just.
Yeah, actually, roll your empathies.
Empathies?
All of you can roll.
Empathy.
10.
Our right top.
3.
I need to roll a d6 with that, right?
It depends on what you have in it.
See?
That's an 8.
So just roll that.
Roll an 8.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. Anybody get 6?
I got 10.
You got 10. Ooh, 2.
Yeah, I know 2 in a row, man.
Okay, did you make it at all?
Wait.
I got 3.
No, did you?
Oh, you
Did
need
you
to
make
roll
it?
too.
You can roll 2.
3.
Okay. You really want to notice. You actually kind of see she kind of her eyes narrow a little bit. Like, yeah, there looks like a little bit of distrust there. Or a hatred. Or not, maybe not hatred, but
But
there's
like
some
what?
dislike there almost.
Yeah. I kind of hold up a hand like, look, we're literally new in town. We don't really know where to go. And
Kind of like, well, maybe you shouldn't be in this town at all. You do realize there are Soviets here.
tell me about it.
Yeah, we saw that on the kiosk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, we're laying low.
I'm laughing. She's not.
We're laying low and everything else, but I'm a doctor, okay? I'm a surgeon. And
I have training in combat medic.
but
You
we want to help.
You want to help here?
Yeah. I mean, I want to help the people around here. I don't know what else to do. I mean,
And look, we don't.
we're all done. There's nothing else to do unless they round us up and take us out. But I swore an oath to take care of people. I want to fulfill that oath as best as I can.
Well, it's very likely if they find out you're here, they're going to come and take you away.
Let me
And that's the Soviets. I don't know about what's his name with friggin' Ormo.
let me ask you this before we go any further. Without them snooping around, because they don't even know we're in town. They gonna find out from you? If so, we'll just move right on.
I've already malpracticed quite a bit. So I'm really ready to hone my skills here.
She kind of listens to kind of what you say and everything. Goes, actually, we might have use for
Okay.
I think it's
Those,
around some medical.
We're out of food.
you. We're out of food.
We definitely need supplies.
what-
We've had a lot of gunshot victims.
Well, actually, there's Dr. Brex has been having issues. One of the men brought in.
Okay.
There's some shrapnel close near to the spine. Don't have any anesthesia.
I get.
And he's not very sure of himself as far as doing it without the anesthesia.
Yeah,
The
that
first attempt we had didn't quite go well, so we just cut it off there.
Well, I mean, I know you have no reason to trust us, anything, but myself, I showing or trying to help this fella.
Goes, if you want, let's go to Dr. Breck. Talk to him.
Speak English too, or
Uh,
okay, good. That's amazing. Can you do that for Polish for us? I mean, I would really like that.
He pulls out the chip from his cyberpunk neuralware, like, yep, there goes English. I'll put this one in.
I've been.
Oh,
told-
they are educated. They went to universities.
Oh yeah.
I tried learning Polish for years and barking up.
She kind of leads basically all of you. She probably kind of waits for Darva to go with her because she's not really too trusting of you.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't trust that guy.
I wouldn't either.
Well, actually, I mean, yeah, if you're whispering that, she's like, yeah, well, they're also the ones who stole all of the equipment from our hospital last time they were here. So,
We hear that?
we can roll. Roll intelligence. Yeah, just straight.
I got 7.
A 1. Nope.
I got a 9. I did.
The two of you kind of hear that. Kenny's probably looking around,
I go.
kind of just eyeing the place over more than he's
I kinda-
listening.
I said, "Whoa, I'm sorry to eavesdrop, but they other Americans stole stuff, all the equipment here."
When they were here last time, back in '98, when they abandoned us.
I can speak for myself. I was not here.
I understand you're not here. You weren't there. Actually, how? Because you were in the military beforehand, were you?
Yeah, I've been in the military.
You actually were here long enough. I think I did say you were in this area before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were a part of that. You wouldn't have been part of the group that
Right.
stole it, but you were actually in this area. You were part of that unit.
Well, I would probably actually say then, I remember hearing about that.
And so you were here, or?
In the area. I wasn't part of it. I didn't condone it, but I heard about it. Very sorry.
Well, they took most of whatever machines we still had working and most of the supplies, and ever since then we just been playing catch up. Not that we had much to begin with.
Know where they would have went. What year is it now?
Also, 2 years. That was 2 years ago.
It's
Yeah.
Now, I got a question. Where do you get your supplies from when you can get them?
Bruno. And Bruno did mention sometimes the alcohol he makes, he makes it into what do you call it? 90% isoproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like
he turns into medical
medicinal
alcohol.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Ethyl alcohol.
Yeah.
So, whenever he's got a little bit more, when he's feeling generous, he'll pump out some of that.
Good for
And
drinking.
so, I mean, that, she's like, I get some of that from him, which is pretty easy. Maybe I'll get a few things here and there. But, I mean,
hospital near here.
there's a couple. There's hospitals all over the place, whether or not they're still standing or not. Debatable.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
He goes, well, anyway. So she kind of continues walking everything. He goes, you don't have a problem with working on Russians, do you? Eventually you kind of get over to another area, and you can see, you kind of go into a room. She's bringing a lantern. You can see there's like a hospital, almost like a gurney. There's a guy kind of sleeping on it. He's a younger guy, or actually no, he's 35, so he's a little bit older. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Lena was like in her mid 30s. She's actually in her mid 50s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got the two mixed up. You see a guy kind of lying there. He's got a little bit of a darker skin, black mustache, black hair, everything. But as you kind of walk in, the light she kind of nudges the gurney and everything. Kind of wakes up. Kind of says something in Polish and everything. Kind of talk. He kind of looks up and kind of sees the three of you. And he's like, hello?
Oh, hello.
Howdy.
I'm
Lance?
Dr. Barek, Sebastian Barek.
Dr. Briggs.
Kind of shakes. You're the doctor then.
Yes. And gentleman, shrapnel in his spine.
He goes, yes. He kind of starts talking to you. He kind of gets up a little, kind of goes over to the water base, kind of washes his face off, kind of wakes up.
I'm sorry to wake you guys, but it's kind of dangerous for us running around in the daylight. So,
and she actually kind of says something Polish again, and he kind of looks at her and is like, "Oh, yeah, okay." He didn't realize. Oh, Americans.
yeah.
Yeah, America.
He goes, I would imagine so. But he's like, Lena said that you're wanting to help with the patient.
Yeah, I mean,
He goes, guys, I'll take you to see him. I mean, I can tell you most of it, but if you want to take a look at him too.
how you holding up, doctor?
Oh, all right. I haven't spent too much time as a surgeon now.
Well, that's what I used to do back stateside. So,
You
Get outta
two
here.
probably, he kind of takes him off to go see patient, everything.
yeah, this will work, Doc. Thanks.
And they actually do have kind
He
of,
puts on the predator outfit and he goes, "All right, now this is what I've been doing to remove the spine. I did put this."
they do have this guy off kind of separate from anybody else because they're afraid if anybody moves, jostles him,
Right.
it'd danger him. He does look like he's got some like IV up to him, dripping kind of slowly and everything. This is mainly just you that's kind of seeing this.
Right.
Lena kind of stays back with you guys. He kind of talks, and you kind of talk medical stuff with him and everything like that. One thing is make a recon roll, I guess.
Recon roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have that skill.
Yeah, so just roll intelligence then.
I got an 8.
Okay. You do kind of look and everything, and you're kind of looking over this guy. Something kind of looks familiar about this.
Oh no, it's one of the guys we fought.
When the very first started out, there was a grenade that was thrown, and one of the guys got injured, and they were loading him up in the
When
back.
we were in that barn?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Load him back up. They were loading him up into the BMP. He was one guy that survived that basically got damaged by a grenade. I think either Kenny or Boom Boom threw.
Oh God!
Yeah. Well, what a small world.
Anything? You sure you want him to make it?
Well, he never really saw our faces, I hope. So,
Yeah, you pray.
yeah.
Just make
So.
sure Boom Boom and Kenny don't come during visiting hours. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because you do notice he's from I think it was the 121st Motorized Division that you guys got involved with.
Okay.
So, which was across the river and everything. Yeah. And you kind of recognize, just kind of like, maybe that's us.
Yeah.
Doc immediately grabs his surgical mask.
Well, you kind of think about it, because you do have chemistry.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need anesthesia, or you can maybe possibly make something like chloroform.
Oh. Well, I was in the dating scene.
Mainly, you would need like ethanol.
What? Oh, sorry, wrong character.
You'll need ethanol, which you can probably easily get. And you'll need a place to actually make the stuff, a chemistry setup of some type, and then there'll be a few other chemicals that you'll probably need to actually scrounge for, maybe.
Okay. Well, I kind of talked to the doctor about that. I said, well, do you have any of these components?
They can get the alcohol, obviously, but not the other components.
Well, if I could find those other components, I might be able to manufacture some and then make even more for you later in the future. I try and operate with this gentleman now, but possibility I could make something. I mean, how long do I think he has?
We've got time. He's stable right now.
There's no
I don't know
infection
how
or anything.
long. I don't know how long it's going to last.
I mean, can I roll to get an idea?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your. I think it's medical aid.
Now I roll the empathy with my medical.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a D8 plus a D10. 5 and a 1. He's dead.
He's
I am not operating on this dude right now. No.
No.
Are you sure he's still alive? He's dead.
He poke his spine. Yeah, mine. You're just lying there.
Look, his leg jumps.
Doc pulls out the mirror.
What do you know? I put the mirror to myself. Yeah, mirror works.
What do you know? The guy. I guess we can give it a shot. Speaking of shot, where's that vodka at?
Well, actually, Dr. Barek is like, he gets a little nervous. Is like, Dr. Briggs, that's the corpse. This is the patient.
Well, what did I need to get?
Success.
Oh, what's a success?
Oh, look on your dice. They've got the little bullseye.
The bullseye.
So basically, 6 at the very minimum.
All right. Look
So
again.
you kind of look, and you're just gonna have to take Sebastian's word
Yeah,
for
okay. Which makes myself nervous. I'm like, oh, maybe I am not a competent doctor anymore. Okay.
it. I mean, and you kind of know that Goat is kind of a scrounger. Back out there, Lena probably kind of waits for a little bit as they kind of walk off, and then it's kind of like, Goes, you said something about maybe helping us find medical supplies.
Idea where to look. I'm pretty good at scrounging around for stuff.
He goes,
Yeah, scrounge too.
If you give us an idea where to look, might
Plus, I walk around.
well, I mean, you can always scrounge around here. That's and actually, you probably do scrounge. You probably have occasionally do scrounge for her around a thing.
Well,
Don't know exactly how much you're going to find, even with a little bit extra hand, but there are a couple of places you could look that maybe will be around.
all right. I mean, here in the hospital or
No, elsewhere.
got a vehicle?
Those Olawa, just up the river. There's a hospital there, a very big hospital. They might have some stuff left, but that was pretty heavy fighting up there.
You know if anybody's
I don't know if anybody's there because there was also fallout from Warclaw from the nuke. And I've also heard there's a better yet. I don't know if better yet or not, but down in Apol, which is where you guys were originally.
came through
He
there.
goes, across the river, there was a distribution center.
Medical distribution.
Yeah. For medical supplies and pharmaceuticals.
When you say across the river, she mean
Across the river.
you got to go across the bridge.
You got to get across.
That's where
the
we
river.
almost got blown up, right?
Yeah.
You know any way other than a bridge to get over there?
No, I know that the bridge there in Apol was down. The only bridge that I know is the one that's here in Brazil. That's why the Russians are here.
And we tried to cross that bridge once and almost blown up for our troubles. But in
But I really don't have anything to offer you. Although maybe if you find enough of something, maybe you can sell some of it to Bruno. Now, the
Well-
next town over, Warclaw, that I do know is where there's I think a Soviet headquarters for one of the divisions here. For the ones that are here, that are part of this unit here in town. He doesn't know military much.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. So, you have to get by them, or they're on past. I guess not knowing how the division head.
how close is Olawa to the headquarters?
Oh, I think it's far enough away. It's not.
So we wouldn't have.
Get up there and find that hospital.
As DM, I'm telling you. Now, getting out of the town here will be another question, though.
Yeah.
Right. Especially with a vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. We'll just keep quiet. Maybe stick to the shadows. Kenny, we'll follow you. Pretty good about getting us places like that. Maybe if I trip, I'll get another point in.
We've been up kind of like all day here.
Yeah.
We need a.
You're probably.
Simon said you could say you're Canadian.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, you're probably because you probably spent a
Yeah,
shift,
because we've been.
going over to the father's place, and you probably spent a shift now doing this. So it is like early morning. I mean, not early morning daylight, but like early,
Yeah.
like 2:00.
Was this patient going to?
Which is fine because last time this is when you slept when you got in.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to spend a shift here
So
sleeping.
I think that's what we ought to do, Doc. And is there a like an inside little corners place there where we can just kind of
Whatever you
head
can
down away
find,
from everything?
just stay away from that wing up on the second floor because
Yeah.
probably collapse.
There's a bed back here. Not like hotel, but at least you get some sleep.
All right.
that.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you
Yeah.
too. I'll go hang
Thank
out
you,
Polo
doctors.
until you guys wake up. I sleep with that.
So actually, I'll have you guys make a roll. Even though you're inside, I'll give you a bonus though.
And them up.
Yeah, so it's strength
strength.
and stamina.
Oh, okay.
Stamp.
You roll 2 or?
Yeah, I'll probably have you make a roll too.
Does the number of successes count?
Well, actually, I'm gonna. No, not necessarily. All right, I did so you can get a bump up So I got to explain to Anastasia how to
okay.
do that. So your strength and stamina. What do you have right now? How many dice do you have? What dice do you have?
1d10 and 1d6.
Okay. So when I say you get like a bump or a bonus, 1 or 2, what you're going to do is you're going to take, if you're going up, you're going to take the lowest die and you're going to replace it with the next highest die type.
Okay.
So if you've got a D6, if you got a D10 and a D6, and I'm saying you've gotten one bump, that means you're getting a D10 and a D8.
Okay.
So, and that's what you roll. And then the same thing, if I say you got a negative modifier, you would drop the highest one down 1. Yeah, so every time you fail one of the skills, you can put a little tick mark there. Whenever you get to 10, that means you can raise it. You can spend points to raise it. Okay? And then you erase it, and then you start over again. So you guys kind of actually sleep all right. You, for some reason, even though you've had a little cubby hole, you've been sleeping and everything, you actually don't sleep very well tonight. So you actually do get 1 level of fatigue. Where does that go? Anastasia.
Okay. I was going to say, I just bought off those night terrors.
Different game, Dennis.
Oh, my Deadlands
Where is
because it was clean. Now everybody's referencing Deadlands.
Yes.
We're done with that.
Oh, I get
Played it for 13
sleep deprived is what it is.
Oh, right up here.
So just put a mark on that.
It's a condition.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what that actually does.
You would start shooting everyone.
Yeah, psychotic a break.
But shooting pandas.
Copy for shit.
I mean, you shoot any pandas on sight, or you're actually launching pandas.
You're launching pandas.
Okay, that's what I was.
Lots.
That's just cute because you know they're just gonna hit and roll and fall.
Well, they're so cute. They just throw that. Oh, we can't fight.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You also take 1 point of stress. And basically during this time, until you get a full shift sleep, you can't heal any stress. And if by chance you don't ever get sleep and you like go to 0 on your stress, you pass out until and you'll sleep like a dead dog for a while.
I got a question, Brian. I made my stamina check for sleeping, and I have 2 points of stress. Does that mean heal stress or
Oh yes. So yeah, you
How do
can
you do
heal a point of stress over the night.
erase 1 point?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because then we sleep the other night when we first got here.
Actually, yeah, you did sleep the night you got here too. You would
So,
have been healed. You would have been healed all the way up.
Okay. Got it.
You were just excited.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm gonna go shopping.
Probably what it is. Yeah.
With my new American friends who might get me shot
Well,
too.
plus I get away from Paul because I don't know what the hell he's saying anyway.
Probably that first shift of that day, you guys basically sleep.
Mhm.
Second shift of that day, it's still daylight. So depends on what you want to do. So you're gonna need, you're gonna have to break this down into. You're gonna need to get scrounge for components. I'm gonna say you're gonna need 2 chemical components.
Okay.
And then they don't have specific rules to actually scrounge for like something specific. They just have a random stuff.
So
what I'm gonna-
Good night, Simon.
Good night.
Good night, Simon.
Night,
Thank you,
Simon.
buddy.
Get off and do work.
So we're just gonna wing it. And I'm gonna say you are actually looking for that you can look for something very specific, but it'll be more difficult.
Okay.
Is what we'll do. The second part is you'll need to get something, some sort of like chemistry type set to actually mix and do everything together, which you might be able to find here. Again, you're looking for something very specific.
Yeah.
So,
Well, let's see if they got the kit here. We can scrounge out a hospital while it's daylight.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what is second floor said a collapse, but is anybody even scrounged around up in there?
Maybe, possibly,
I mean,
but
how
you don't
dangerous
know.
is it?
You have, no, you probably don't. what specialties did you have?
Well, have construction knowledge.
Yeah. Would
All
I've-
your specialties.
Electrician.
you had electrician?
Yeah, I'm an
Okay.
electrician too.
But you didn't.
We're probably talking
Okay.
bolts
And a
amps.
mechanic.
But you didn't have the construction one, so
I
okay.
was construction.
Yeah,
I
but
was
yeah.
electrician type, kind
Yeah.
of.
So you're not too sure.
Is there like a basement to this hospital? Like,
Yeah, there's probably a basement here too. So okay. So what I'll do is you'll have to you can probably split up in twos.
Okay.
Since one you and him, or you and him, Darva and Kenny and Goat and Doc. You can help, so that will give him a bump.
okay.
I'm gonna say, since you're looking for something very specific, I'm gonna give you a -2. You're being helped. That gives you a -1. You have scrounging, so that gives you basically a baseline.
Okay.
Okay.
So
They
it's
both have a
standard.
And it'll be the same thing for Darva too. So you basically are getting 2 chances to find what you need. No, it's survival.
survival.
Okay. Well, I don't have that either. So, okay, we're good.
E12.
A 5.
Okay. And what about you?
2.
2. Okay. You kind of look around here and you don't really find anything.
Okay.
So you kind of spend the shift doing that.
All right.
So now it's getting into 3rd shift, so it is getting nighttime.
Place we can look or thing or
You just kind of look around in this area, in that district.
okay. As long as we'll be safe. Roll again.
That is up to you guys.
Yeah.
So probably what you can do is whoever's got the lowest recon, as far as, well, you're going to split up in 2 again. So whoever's got or actually I went with whoever's got the highest recon.
I don't have recon.
You don't either. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
that's
guys will just have to. You guys
Kenny
will have to
does.
do.
The intelligence.
Yeah, just an intelligence roll. One
Does
of
he
you
get a
do it.
bump because I'm helping or not?
Not for recon, no.
5 again.
Okay. Kenny.
Woohoo!
Double.
You guys go ahead and make. Darva, you go ahead and make your roll.
Well, what about your character? Did he ever get back?
Oh, my bad.
First of all, I was thinking about that. Well, you let me know for you. Did you make a roll assess?
Yeah, it fell and it was a 7.
It was a 7? Okay.
It's a 7.
It's a success.
Okay, so she found one. You don't know that yet, but she
Right.
found one. Okay. You guys are basically kind of looking around, going through the area, going from one building to the next building and everything. And as you're kind of like looking, first of all, go ahead and make your grounding roll.
Okay.
Okay.
Bottle of bleach. Wow! As a bullet goes through it, and somebody found us.
You probably actually do find what you're looking for. You kind of like go through this one building and everything, and you're like, oh, okay, you find like
Hey,
a bottle of.
check this out.
Hey, that's exactly what we need.
I found chloroform.
You kind of find,
I feel
you find
funny.
like a bottle of some sort of chemical, and you kind of, oh, hey, was this something you need? And you're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
So you're like, okay, you're patting yourselves on the back. Okay, we just hopefully, you just had one success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, well, this is one component. Hopefully, Darva will make the next one or whatever. They'll find something. As you're kind of like moving out of the building and everything, you kind of step out. Pick a high number or pick a number. Mike, 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Yeah, pick a number.
7.
5.
Okay. You are kind of stepping out first and everything. You kind of step out into like not really a street, it's more like an alley or something like that. And as you kind of do, you kind of hear a growling sound coming off to your right.
That's not your stomach.
Yeah. Is there a door that is functioning on this where I'm coming out, or is it just an open doorway?
It's probably more like just like a hole in the wall or something like that.
I'm going to quietly and slowly move back in.
Okay.
Make brown streak your pants.
I did that already.
Okay, perfect. You got
I got 3 successes.
you get a bump in your laundry.
Yes, I do. I also have a lump in my trousers.
Yes, that's right.
Mike.
Oh boy.
And then Dale's going to have to draw one. Just draw one.
Draw
for
one
him.
for me.
All right.
So are we going into rounds, Brad?
Yes, you're going in the rounds.
Okay, hold on. Uh-oh, Scatio.
So, hard did you
I got 1.
I got a 10.
Mike? What are you doing? You hear some growling. You're still inside the building. Just behind him. It looks like he's trying to like come back inside. But you kind of heard like growling right before that.
I pull him into the room.
Yeah, you can make a strength check. See?
The strength.
Yeah.
Nope.
You feel him kind of grab onto you and
I did have it, but then it bounced off a dice.
make a you got what, 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a mobility roll. Mobility check.
It's just straight agility. 7.
7. Okay. He tries to pull you in and it almost makes you fall and trip, but you actually kind of like, think you kind of break away from him.
Yeah.
So at least you don't actually fall.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Doc.
Every time, anytime. Is it enemy's turn?
that's somebody's.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it is somebody else's turn. Right after that, you hear a gunshot,
Okay.
and you can hear something yelp real loud.
Oh, okay.
And after that, you're not too sure. And then you can kind of see. And after you hear that, you do see something come up, and basically kind of runs up towards you. It's whatever it is. It's low. Basically, it's a dog.
Yeah.
And it basically jumps up at you, basically, and kind of like tries to bite you right in the side of your abdomen.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah, try to scrounge up supplies for a rabies.
Ooh, you got a flak vest on.
I do.
Would you have worn that under your normal clothes?
Oh, yeah, probably, especially going around
Be
town.
honest.
Yeah, especially going around town at night. That's probably why he took the coveralls
Okay.
to kind of cover up some of that stuff.
Doc did not.
So, you took one wound, but the flak jack holds up on that.
Oh, okay.
So basically, he like grabs in, and basically he finds a part of that flak vest, and he kind of starts, basically kind of just like, you can feel his feet, his claws kind of come up against you along the chest and stuff, and you can kind of feel it and everything, but the claws aren't digging in.
Right.
It's just the teeth that are all like that. And now your turn.
Can I get to my knife?
Yeah. I think you get what, a quick action?
Oh yeah.
Look on that chart for me, please.
Free actions and fast action. Free action, drop to the ground, drop held item, shout a few words, go to partial cover. From partial to full cover. And fast actions, drop a backpack, seek cover, go from full to partial cover, run, cross barrier, move through door, crawl, get up, draw item from combat gear.
That's under quick action or
Fast action.
fast action? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can draw that and you can actually attack them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try and do that.
So that's close combat.
Mhm.
You have melee specialty.
I do have melee.
Okay.
I have a D6 and in,
So then you get 1 bump.
so it makes it a D10 and a D8. Oh, 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yep. 7 and a 9.
Do you have your damage written down there for how much damage it takes and what its crit level is?
For the knife, damage is 2 and crit level is 3.
So you got 1 success and you got 1 over. So that bumps the damage up
Okay.
to 3 and that hits its crit level.
Okay.
So basically you kind of pull out your knife and jab it right up in between the leg and everything. And it just basically yelps and it kind of lets go of you and everything and basically kind of pulls the knife a little bit with you until you pull it out.
Yeah.
And then it kind of stumbles back and just basically kind of drops down to the ground. I'm not going to look for all the details,
Right.
but and at that point you can actually kind of hear some barking and you can hear like couple other dogs like running off.
Oh, okay. Good.
I gotta help him up and get the heck out of here.
Like a dog.
Okay.
I'm like, geez.
As you kind of help
There
him
was
up.
a gunshot too, I heard.
Yeah, you kind of help him up and everything. Which way you going?
Go
Gonna try and go out the way you
No.
were going, or you gonna go backwards?
backwards.
Okay, you start to kind of go backwards, and basically you're kind of looking. You can see, basically a shadow, and you can see basically someone with a rifle, and it's basically kind of sweeps the room, and basically almost comes right towards you, kind of stops. And you can kind of see there's like a green light coming from almost like where his head would be.
yeah.
And everything like that. And then he kind of goes, "Is that you? Go."
Is it Devin?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, it is.
Where's Doc?
Right here, pissing himself like me.
Walkies.
He kind of steps. He
Walkies.
kind of steps in real quick
Yeah.
and kind of lowers his rifle and everything, and he kind of turns off night vision scope.
He's like, "Were you shot?"
Yeah, I shot. I've been following you.
You could have said hello.
Well, why didn't you tell me you were fucking not going to come back?
Well,
Okay, well, we forgot.
Fucking spent most of the mornings out there in one of the buildings across from the hospital waiting for you guys.
oh,
I haven't
Sorry.
slept all friggin' night thanks to you.
well, you're welcome.
You want to take a nap?
You want a dog?
So if we've got a few moments, we can carve him up.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so he
Yeah, I'm
drags him
sorry
in.
about that, bud.
As long as someone's got a knife, he's got a knife, you got a
Yeah,
knife.
I got a knife.
I got a knife too.
I'll just have you roll d6 for each of them.
Oh, just a D6.
Yeah.
I got a bullet.
A 5 and another success.
Okay, so I just count the number. Do you roll 2 dice? Did you roll 2 dice?
I rolled. You said 3.
No,
Well, 2. I 1d6 for each of the animals is what I meant.
Oh, okay. So I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Okay.
Or a 6 and a 5 in that order.
Okay. So you probably get about 11 units of food.
Oh.
It's raw, so it's wild.
Yeah.
So you'll have to cook that.
Wow.
Prepare it.
Hot dog.
You got that written down?
Okay. So you kind of probably have to find something to kind of wrap that up in. Just some newspapers probably around or something like that. I was like, so what the hell are you doing out here?
Long story short, we went to the hospital to find out if they need help. Fella in there who shrapnel Russian soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and what's funny is first got out of that barn before he hooked up with you.
Yeah.
Is one of the guys that either Kenny or Boom Boom tossed a grenade at.
Well, actually, he's replacing the guy.
Oh,
that
so
was
he's
there.
with us. Remember
Yeah, so
that?
he was with you.
Okay. Remember that? Remember the guy they chucked the
Yeah.
grenade at? It's him.
He kind of shrugs.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's mostly to prove to the doctors we can be trustworthy and competent.
To wander around out here.
Well, we're looking
Well-
for components to help make, and I could probably make some anesthesia for the hospital.
be some sort of chloroform, and then we
All
can
right.
give them a supply. And
All right.
just trying to make friends where we can. And
Okay. Well, you could have sent a note or something.
could have. Sorry.
Well, are you done here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're done.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Sounds good.
Where were we supposed to be back at the hospital, or where?
Yeah, you can be back at the hospital probably.
Have him come.
And we will stop there.
All right.
Awesome. Well, that was
All right, folks, we're gonna get out of here, and thank you for watching. Have a great evening.
Thanks, everybody.
We
Yep,
love you.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good thing you.